Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Force here with some more Hearthstone. In today's deck spotlight, we will be taking a look at Kripp's Control the Drakes deck. This is the Priest deck that he used during the BlizzCon Hearthstone Invitational. It's got some strong early / mid-game creatures thanks to Twilight Drake and Injured Blademaster, some great creature control through the Shadow Word Pain and Death, and then some late game power thanks to the ever-prevalent Mind Control and Holy Fire. Now with the general premise out of the way, let's take a look at the deck in action. So the thing that I really like about this deck after playing with it a bit this afternoon is that it does feel fairly well balanced. Now the one thing that I have run into some issues with is some early game aggression. Now we're playing against a hunter, so we're expecting either a one-turn kill build or some, damage over time with beast or enrage minions, stuff like that. With that said, I'm considering keeping the Blademaster in my opening hand. I'm definitely going to keep this. The only thing I might drop is the Holy Fire from my opening hand. And I want to keep the Spellbreaker just in case he drops anything techy that I want to silence. Alright, we do have the acidic Swamp Ooze. If he's running any weapons, that'll be nice. Or this could be an early play to deal with any crazy early minions that he throws down. Opens up with the tracking, which almost leads me to believe that it's a one-turn kill style deck. Just because I feel like he's really searching through hard for certain things. Like personally, when I play one-turn kill decks, and maybe there's a good argument against this, but I don't like turn one tracking because then you lose those two cards that you're forced to discard from it. And rather than being able to draw into those, wait till you absolutely need to tracking when you're searching for something, and then doing it at that point. So no reason for us to play the acidic Swamp Ooze right now. He's got nothing that we want to engage with on the board, and it would be best to save it for a weapon in case he's running weapons. So we're just gonna sit on our hand here, and take it one step at a time. However, turn 3, we are going to go with the Injured Blademaster. We'll see if he has a response. You know what, actually? I am going to coin into... So this would protect it from a 3 damage drop if we coined into this, but he could have a deadly shot to kill it as well. So we're taking a chance either way here, that he could have something to deal with this. I'm going to take the chance. We're going to coin into the deadly shield.
Job's done.
So what I'm trying to protect that from is a kill command. But again, if he has a deadly shot, this thing dies. So let's see if he has a deadly shot. Deadly shot, of course, being kill a random enemy minion, and kill command is 3 damage or 5 damage. Oh, there's a hunter's mark. Changes my health to 1, and then he's going to kill command. So he did have the kill command. If he hadn't had the hunter's mark, then I would have lived through the turn. So I think overall that was a pretty decent play. Right now, though, we are going to... Yep, we're gonna Twilight Drake. I'm just gonna keep dumping these threats for him to deal with. I feel like, based on these first few turns, it seems pretty obvious that he's playing a one-turn kill deck. So I need to start pushing damage through fast. He's gonna have plenty of answers, though, for my stuff. Here we go. Let's see if this could be a freezing trap. We're gonna attack before we do anything else. The freezing trap, yes it is. It's gonna cost 2 more to play. Goes back to my hand. All right, fair enough. So since that's sitting at 6, I can't play that right now. What we can do though is we can go with a Blademaster, and we can heal it. That's what we'll do. Protect it from a kill command. Beyond that though, I'm gonna start healing myself to try to offset his crazy one-turn kill play that will eventually, inevitably be coming here. In fact, he's starting it now. There's a Starving Buzzard. There's a Timberwolf. Now the good thing is we do have a Holy Nova, but he's gonna get a pretty full hand here. He's doing it a little premature. Oh no, this sucks. He's gonna be able to pump that thing up. Hoping he doesn't though, hoping he doesn't play and Unleash the Hounds right now. If he doesn't, I'm really happy. Oh my, I cannot be happier. That is glorious. Holy Nova, get the hell out of here. And then we're gonna hit him for 4. That worked out perfect for me. The fact that he did not either have or decided not to play and Unleash the Hounds worked out perfect for me. So as I said at the start of the video, I really like this deck because I feel like it has a ton of options. It has lots of ways to respond to, various things your opponent could throw at you. Now, he went ahead and pumped that up. That means we can Shadow Word Death it. We could also play this, but I don't think that that's really what I want to do right now. And since we really put a damper on his big old plays by getting rid of his Starving Buzzard, I think that that's a pretty good play. Yeah, I think that's kind of, that's the play I like to go. We're gonna go with that, we're gonna get rid of that. And then the next decision that I'm gonna do here is we're gonna grab this. I'm going to heal him up a bit. And we're gonna drop a Novice Engineer, get the card draw, potentially push some more damage through next turn. There we go. Twilight Drake might be coming through next turn, depending on if he plays anything else we want to respond to. We also have the Mind Control. And at this point in the game, I'm feeling pretty confident. We got rid of a lot of his big threats already with our Holy Nova. And we just cleared his board a second time. Here's a multi-shot. Just gonna follow that up with a kill command. Arcane Shot, there's the other thing. But look at his hand, look at my hand. And this is really, I feel like this is how this deck is really supposed, this is how this deck is a good showcase of how this deck is supposed to play. We use the various things in our toolbox to deal with the opposing threat, and then we've just got a very strong mid to late game. And now that we're at this point in the game, like I said, I'm feeling pretty confident at this point. In fact, I wouldn't be terribly surprised if at some point he ends up leaving the game before it actually finishes. Although he's got some more Starving Buzzard combos, so scratch that. Oh, snap. Oh, that is terrifying. He's gonna change his health to 1. That's okay though, because we are probably gonna steal that thing, huh? Or the other option would be to Holy Fire it, but that might be a little excessive. We could also attack into it. I'm just considering my different options here. Obviously I could just take it, and honestly I think we're just gonna go ahead and do that. We're just gonna take that, and then we're gonna kill this thing, because I don't need him drawing cards. You know, he plays other beasts, he starts to fill up his hand. He's at such a hand disadvantage right now, him starting to draw into a ton of stuff. Now, and the biggest thing is that was his second Starving Buzzard, so that's it for him. He doesn't have any more that he could potentially play. All right, so I'm gonna attack into this first, because I wanna see, you know, it could be another Freezing Trap. It is not. Wow, he's down 15. All right, wonderful. So let's consider what else we're gonna do. We could do this, which would, you know, obviously hurt him quite a bit. And well, you know what, why don't we go with the Azure Drake first thing? Oh, you know what, this could be a snipe. So what I will do actually first is we're gonna go Acidic Swamp Ooze. Look at that. Look at that preemptive play. Then there is the Azure Drake, the real thing that we wanted to drop down. And then we're also just gonna go with this, put him up to 5. And we've got the kill next turn, right here on the board.
Well played.
It's gonna multi-shot. Does get one of them. Not both though. There's a secret. And a taunt, okay. So never mind for us having a kill on the board. All right, so what I'm gonna do here is before we, All right, I'm gonna go with this. Before we attack, oh yeah, that doesn't even affect that spell damage. I thought it did. That goes to so the only thing the spell damage actually affects is the Holy Nova. I guess that's good to know. All right, we're gonna attack with this. He could very well have an explosive trap here. He doesn't. So that's the game. Well, there you go. Pretty decent look at how this deck performs. Again, we're trying to control the early mid game, and then the mid to late game is where this deck really shines. Now that we've seen it in action, let's go ahead and take a look at the deck list. So starting from the top here with Kripp's control of the Drake's deck, we have got 2 Power Word Shields. Love the card draw. Also that +2 minion health can really be, come in handy. Shadow Word Pain for some early game creature control. The Acidic Swamp Ooze, obviously good against weapons, but also it can just be a strong early play if you're playing against an opponent who doesn't have weapons in their deck. Got the Novice Engineer for the card draw, plus it's an early body on the board. Get rid of some smaller early game threats. The Sunfury Protector, just running one of these to, you know, use drop down taunts, protect certain high value cards, such as say the Injured Blademaster. I've got a single one of the Shadow Word Deaths. I feel like the reason Kripp is running this is because with Priest being so prevalent, or at least they were, you know, back when he played this deck, lots of people just opted to not play a lot of minions with more than 5 attack because of how strong mind control is. So only running one of these for that reason kind of makes sense. If we start to see a shift in the metagame and you're dealing with a lot of really big creatures, you probably want to drop a second one in the deck. 2 of the Injured Blademaster, just a very, very strong early game card. With a coin, you could potentially drop this turn too. Pretty scary stuff. We got the Shattered Sun Cleric, very good, pumping up your smaller creatures. Here's a great example. You're playing against a priest, you go Acidic Swamp Ooze, and then you follow it up with a Shattered Sun Cleric, making that a 4-attack minion so that they can't Shadow Word Pain it. Stuff like that can work very well. Defender Vargas, love the +1/+1. The taunt is also very nice as well. One of the Spellbreakers for silencing big threats. We've got 2 Twilight Drakes, also 2 of the Azure Drakes, both of them sitting in that 4-attack sweet spot, which helps against other priests. The Holy Nova for mass damage, that's also of course affected by the spell damage from the Azure Drake. So I really thought, I'm really surprised that the Holy Fire wasn't affected by that. I could have sworn that it is, but as we saw in the last game, that didn't appear to affect it. Again, the Holy Nova for the mass damage, Holy Fire, it's a nice late game, 5 damage to an opponent or a creature, plus you can get that 5 health back. Argent Commander, very, very nice mid-late game card. The Temple Enforcer, same thing, it's a big old beefy 6/6 plus 3 health to another one of your creatures. And then of course the Mind Control ends up being a trump card in a lot of games. If they're playing big threats, whoop, just take it for yourself, kind of funny. All right guys, that is once again Kripp's Control the Drake's deck. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to stay tuned as we will be following this up with a series of games as we always do, probably tomorrow or the day after, so stay tuned for that video. If you'd like to see more of this deck, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like the content, please subscribe, and as always, keep watching and keep owning.